The Diary of Samuel Pepys, 3rd of January 1661. Early in the morning to the Exchequer, where I told over what money I had of my lord's and my own there, which I found to be £970. Thence to Will's, where Spice and I ate our dinner of a roasted leg of pork, which Will did give us, and after that to the theatre, where was acted Beggar's Bush, it being very well done, and here the first time that ever I saw a woman upon the stage. From thence to my father's, where I found my mother gone by Bird, the carrier, to Brampton, upon my uncle's great desire, my aunt being now in despair of life. So home. There's a little note to that one about the seeing a woman upon the stage. Downes does not give the cast of this play. After the Restoration, the acting of female characters by women became common. The first English professional actress was Mrs. Coleman, who acted Ianthe and Davenant's Siege of Rhodes at Rutland's House in 1656. The 4th of January 1661. Office all the morning, my wife and Paul being gone to my father's to dress dinner for Mr. Honeywood and my mother by being gone out of town. Dined at home, and Mr. Moore with me, with whom I had been early this morning at Whitehall, at the jewel office, to choose a piece of gilt plate for my lord, in return of his offering to the king, which it seems is usual at this time of year, and an earl gives 20 pieces in gold in a purse to the king. I chose a gilt tankard, weighing 31 ounces and a half, and he is allowed 30. So I paid 12 shillings for the ounce and a half over what he is to have. But strange it was for me to see what a company of small fees I was called upon by a great many to pay there, which I perceive is the manner that courtiers do get their estates. After dinner, Mr. Moore and I to the theatre, where was The Scornful Lady acted very well, it being the first play that ever he saw. Thence with him to drink a cup of ale at Hercules Pillars, and so parted. I called to see my father, who told me by the way how Will and Mary Joyce do live a strange life together, nothing but fighting, so that sometimes her father has a mind to have them divorced. Thence home. The 5th of January 1661. Home all the morning. Several people came to me about business, among others the great Tom Fuller, who came to desire a kindness for a friend of his, who hath a mind to go to Jamaica with these 2 ships that are going, which I promised to do. So to Whitehall to my lady, whom I found at dinner and dined with her, and stayed with her talking all the afternoon, and thence walked to Westminster Hall. So to Will's and drank with Spicer, and thence by coach home, staying a little in Paul's churchyard, to bespeak Ogilby's Aesop's Fables, and Tully's Officers, to be bound for me. So home and to bed. The 6th of January 1661. Lord's Day. My wife and I to church this morning, and so home to dinner to a boiled leg of mutton all alone. To church again, where, before sermon, a long psalm was set that lasted an hour, while the sexton gathered his year's contribution through the whole church. After a sermon, home, and there I went to my chamber and wrote a letter to send to Mr. Coventry, with a piece of plate along with it, which I do preserve among my other letters. So to supper, and thence, after prayers, to bed.